Welcome to my channel. As a layperson, I like to share my understanding of Scripture. Today I want to share that the Last Supper is not the Passover. Some people like to claim that the Last Supper was a Passover, and I'd like to dismiss that here. The requirements for the Passover, Exodus 12, verse 5 and 6. An unblemished lamb had to be killed and eaten on the 14th of the first month. Exodus 12, verse 7. The blood of the lamb put on the two doorposts and the lintel of the house. Exodus 12, verse 15. 7 days of eating unleavened bread, starting on the evening of the 14th, which is the Passover. All these requirements point to Yeshua. John 1, verse 29. Behold the Lamb that takes away the sin of the world. The unblemished Lamb is obviously Yeshua, who is without sin, who shed his blood. John 6, chapter 6, verse 31. As it is written, he gave them bread out of heaven. Verse 35, Yeshua said to them, I am the bread of life. This points to Yeshua, who was born, well, he wasn't born, excuse me, who entered the world as a baby in Bethlehem, which is the city of bread. And Yeshua is the unleavened bread, or the bread without sin. The 7 days point to the 7,000 years that his shed blood would take away the sins of the world. John chapter 9, verse 9. Yeshua said, I am the door. No one comes to the Father but through me. And so the blood on the doorpost points to Yeshua. You have blood on the lintel, which is horizontal, and you have blood on the doorpost, which is vertical. And so you have a picture of the cross. So Luke 22, which talks about the Last Supper, can be a bit confusing. Verse 7, the scripture, they state that then came the day of unleavened bread. Came here is Strong's Greek 2064, but can be understood as to come. So the Passover had not yet come, but it was to come. This was the day before the Passover, which was the 13th of the month, which would be when the Last Supper was. Verse 19, he broke the bread, which is the Greek, Strong's Greek 740, artos, which means leavened. So again, Yeshua would not have broken the Torah by giving unleavened bread or leavened bread on the day he should have been giving, that the people who are required to eat unleavened bread. The Passover points directly to Yeshua as the sinless lamb, the door with the blood on the doorpost and lintel, and the unleavened bread also. The Last Supper, on the other hand, had no mention of eating roasted lamb or unleavened bread, but the Passover required a sinless lamb, on bloodshed on the cross, and a bread that was without sin, which is a reference to Yeshua. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, share with someone. If you don't, share with everyone.